All right, my people. How's everybody doing out there? Okay, this is a quick video. I want to clarify a quick question I've been receiving over time. A lot of people have been asking me, why are students demonstrating in Canada? Why are international students demonstrating in Canada? We learned that ex-international students are being asked to leave Canada. About 60,000 of them, their work permit will expire this year. About 130,000, 150,000 that will expire next year. And Canada is planning to deport them. Before I answer that question, let me take you to the camp of these guys that are demonstrating. In this short video, I will come back to dissect this video and I will tell you everything that you need to know. Even if you are already in Canada, you are part of all those being affected, I'll give you a solution. If you are still dreaming of coming to Canada to study, stay with me, watch this clip. I'll be back to talk more. I'll tell you how this chaos, I should call it, will benefit you at the end of the day. So follow me on this video.
Just a protest. This has become a temporary home for those fighting for permanent residency, warmth, food, and even power provided here on day 100 of this encampment. And in that time, support from the surrounding community has been growing. Donations pouring in, food, clothes, and even blankets, anything to keep them warm. All of this for one common goal.
I want to stay in Canada.
Here, there are dozens of former international students. After graduating, they got their work permits, believing it was the next step to permanent residency. Many of them had essential roles during the COVID-19 lockdowns. Mahek Deep Singh worked at a grocery store. It helped support his family in India. At the time, they were called pandemic heroes.
At that time, Canada needed workers, and we were the one who stood.
Now he says they're being told to leave.
I need to stay here. I call it home.
While Bikram Singh studied here to become a mechanic, his postgraduate work permit expired earlier this year. Now he's not allowed to work at all.
It's very scary. I have to take money from my friends. I have to take money from back home.
From September to the end of this year, there will be nearly 70,000 international graduates who will have their work permits expire. Next year, more than 130,000 postgraduate work permits will come to an end. While Canada announced a severe reduction in approving permanent residents, nearly 500,000 this year, aiming to cut it down by 25% over the next 3 years. All of it having a ripple effect on Canadian colleges dependent on international students.
You're seeing reductions in teaching, expansions in class sizes that inevitably are going to impact students.
While the federal government says it's responding to labor market needs, these former students say they were made a promise.
We came here for a good life.
One that is now going up in flames. Kamal Karamali, CTV News, Brampton, Ontario.
All right, welcome back on this clip. You've seen it for yourself. I'll leave you to be the judge because it's a particular set of people that are demonstrating. Now, one question is this: are they free to demonstrate? Is it their right to demonstrate? For sure, yes, it is their right to demonstrate because freedom of demonstration, freedom of association, freedom of expression, freedom of speech is enshrined, in the Constitution of Canada, and it's observed and it's respected. So these guys that are demonstrating for over 100 years now, because that video that I showed you is when they hit the 100 days mark. So it's been over 100 days that these guys have been out there demonstrating for them to be allowed to stay in Canada. So for sure, one thing, it is their right that they are exercising, and everybody respects that. So the issue is this: would they be able to achieve their aim? Would they be able to twist the arm of the government to help them to stay back, and pursue their Canadian dream? Well, the thing is this: it's not about demonstration, it's not about making noise, it's not about causing chaos. It's about you following the due process, you knowing what to do about the situation. And what other individuals that I call them that are smart enough are doing now is they are strictly enrolling in what you call the PSW programs that will give them a chance of getting more relevant education that is in demand. Because if you interview most of these guys that are demonstrating, you will notice that they study things that are outside the STEM, things that are outside the healthcare, things that are outside ICT, things that are outside construction. And these things, for sure, they are not in demand. These guys demonstrating, they are demonstrating in where they call the Brampton region in Canada, which is part of Ontario. Ontario don't need anything business management and what have you. That is why they are not being selected. It's not that the government doesn't want people any longer, but they actually interested in people that are in demand occupations. Now, these guys are feeling that, oh, they've used us during the COVID period. For sure, they were very useful. Even those serving coffees in Tim Hortons just after the pandemic, they they are very useful, or they were very useful as it were. But no longer the case right now because the tide has changed. The world has moved on from COVID and its effect. So these guys, they found, they are no longer found useful, um, being that they studied things that are no longer in demand, especially in the province of Ontario. So what can they do? If you have someone, a friend who is there, tell that person to join others, seek for something to do in the health sector, maybe PSW or what have you. You can even go to another province that are looking out for your skill. Maybe for the guy that talked about being a mechanic, you can check out other regions that are interested in your skills and go there. Everybody mustn't stay in Ontario. Okay, that is for those who are currently being affected by this issue and what they can do about it. Now, for you, my viewer, who is a prospective student to Canada, like I said in my other video, this is the best time for you to get enrolled in any institution in Canada because a lot of international students are moving away. Therefore, so many schools they have been under, undersought, as it were. International students are no longer coming as they were used as they were used to coming before. So what can you do? You can cash in this opportunity that is there now. A lot of institutions are reducing the number of programs and even reducing the number of their workforces, or their workforce, I should say, cutting down on the number of staff that they have, shutting down campuses here and there because international students are no longer coming as they should because of the policy of the government. Now, what can you do if you see this as a massive opportunity because the existing institutions, colleges are looking for people? So if you have the funds, I would say apply. But when you apply, go do something that has to do with what you call the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, the STEM. Find something that has to do with the healthcare sector, something that has to do with IT, software development, coding, and what have you. Find something that has to do with also construction. These are in demand sectors. Don't study business management, aviation, and all that. They are no longer in demand. So you can't be invited to apply for your PMP. That is the challenge and problem these our brothers are facing out there. It is what it is. It is what it is. But that's the reality. When things are not working out, some people are also being blessed by the same opportunity. All right. So for you who is, like I said, interested in coming in, is a good opportunity for you to come in, but make sure you study something that are in demand areas. For those that are work permit are expiring very soon, maybe they might not be renewed, go enroll in something that has to do with the PSW. I don't think you need a study permit to do that as well. That might help you to get that experience because they give you also what you call a working experience. I think I can't remember exactly, but in the part of their program, they also match you to places where you can practice as well. That would also count towards your PMP application. So that is in a nutshell what is going on here in Canada with international students, the protest, the history about the whole thing, and the way forward. I believe this has actually clarified some few things for you and will help you to make your decision moving forward. All right. See you guys. All the best. Make sure you reach out if you have any particular question whatsoever. I wish you the very best of luck. As usual, I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Blessings. Bye bye.